Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your man here, S1E5, and I am back for another installment of my AC Milan business career mode. And today, you guys, we're finally back for another episode. I know this series has been on and off, but you know, it's one of those things. But anyways, in today's episode, we're gonna be continuing on. We're in late October, which is normally baseball playoff season. But that's besides the fact. Let's take a look at the squad, as I always like to do real quick. We have Deulofeu, Belotti, who actually, I've recently learned that AC Milan are targeting IRL, which is pretty cool. We have Suso, then we have Kovacic, Sosa, and Tolisso, which is going to be very different than the midfield of AC Milan next season, but that's for another day. Left back, we have De Celio, Romagnoli, Paletta, and Abate, and of course, in net, the Beast, Donnarumma, who hopefully doesn't leave. On sub duty, we have Storari, Gomez, Vangioni, Bertolacci, Lapadula, Ocampos, and Fernandez. And on the reserves, we have Christian Zapata, Manuel Locatelli, Andrea Poli, Mario Pasalic, I think it's Eric Gutierrez, Lautaro Martinez, Ricardo Montalivo, and Davide Calabria. So there we go. That's the whole squad, and this is for my help too. I know, God, I didn't mean to do squad ranking. We have quite a few players loaned off, but I'll just show you guys the ones that we did ourselves, which is Patrick Catrone, Alessandro Plizzari, Jose Mauri is a good one. So is Jerson Vergara and Hashim Mastur and Mabai Niang, who, you know, is always there, and Rodrigo Ely, Gabriel is always loaned, and then we have pretty much Diego Lopez, who, you know, we're gonna get rid of because we can keep Donnarumma in this save and not sell him, like AC Milan will probably have to end up doing IRL. Anyways, next up, we're facing Genoa. Hopefully, with this squad, you'd assume we can take the dub, but you never know. Let's go ahead and sim it. We're away, though. I'll be happy with a point, actually. Actually, I'm expecting a point. I don't want to take an L, but I'm not expecting a win either. I'm expecting a tie. I will have to see what comes from this, as it's 1-1 in a succession of a few minutes. We have an injury and 2 goals, as Deulofeu in the 38th minute scores for AC Milan. Let's see if we can hold on to this win, boys. That would be very nice. Suso brings it to 3-1, and that has put the nail in the coffin, ladies and gentlemen, as AC Milan get a 3-1 win against Genoa, with Deulofeu, Suso, and Gabriel Paletta scoring. There we go. We will take 3 points up on the board, guys. We are trying to get a Champions League spot, but I think AC Milan IRL would just want a Europa League spot. I'll just say that right now, but they're not going to get one. They're going to end up in 6th. But they're not going to drop because Inter has been playing like crap. Davide Calabria wants to play, and against Pescara, I might give him the opportunity. We'll have to see here. You have Deulofeu, Belotti. Let's see here. Who wants to play? Just Calabria is rated so low. Sorry, I just can't right now. Anyways, yeah, for now, we'll stick with that. Yeah, I think so. All right, Pescara, I expect a full 3 points here. Actually, let's take a look at the table real quick. We're still in 5th place. But we have a game in hand on both Sampdoria and Inter, both above and below us, and it's against Pescara, which I believe they're being relegated this year. I'm not entirely sure. But we should definitely no question, pick up the W here. No question. There's no way they should do any sort of damage to our squad, as we're 30 minutes in and nobody has done anything. As Belotti starts it up for Milan, it's 1-0. As hopefully we can hold on to that and hopefully add to it. I'll be very disappointed if they go to score. There's 10 minutes left. Acilio adds another one for Milan. It's 2-0. And there we go. AC Milan, a 2-0 victory against Pescara. There we go. Belotti and Acilio getting the goals. There we go. We will take it. And look at that. We're within 2 points at the top of the table as losses continue for Pescara. There we go. Anyways, I'd like to take a very quick look at who we're training, both Taliso and Donnarumma. I can see that. There we go. I'll take it. Just wait. By the end of the season, we will be a very good squad with Donnarumma, hopefully getting into the 90s, and Taliso very close to hopefully that 85 range. That'd be very nice. As the rest of our squad will hopefully also continue to develop. I'd be very happy with that. So, anyways, yeah. Let's go ahead and start the simulation right away so we can take a look at the Youth Squad monthly report. Because I'm just saying, I do want to do that. And Quarantine Taliso is out for 3 months with a training injury. That's not good. Very not good. I believe Bertolacci should be taking his place, but that's really not good. We have 2 people in the youth academy. Giordano, I think, from what I've seen, is going to be the lesser of the 2. Please stay at that over 90. Oh. Gabriel Ricci may have a very low overall, but he's physically strong. Look at those physical stats. And we can just train pretty much all those technicals. See all that red? That can be turned to green so quickly with training. Gabriel Ricci, probably looking to be one of the best up-and-coming players. I'll definitely give him a contract, no question, when he comes to ask for one. So, I believe our next game, let's see, November. Is this against you? No, not Juventus. I think we already played them. We have a scouting update from Grechko, which I believe is our Italian scout here. Let's see if we can bring in any more youth talent. No, he's in Morocco. Oh, this guy. Yeah. This guy. Just look at those overalls. 60, 65, and 64. I'm hoping at least 2 of those can be signed into the team. That actually looks pretty decent. 76, you're not going anywhere, so sorry. You don't look to be going anywhere, although you have a decent evaluation, but I'll keep you in there. I'm not so sure about him. He looks like, though, from the overalls, the least prospect. Let's see, to 88. 150,000. I'll sign him up for now, and God dang it, we really cannot get anybody good into the youth academy. I just signed him just because I'll want to take a look at him, maybe just keep him in there. Worst case scenario, just end up firing him from the youth academy, which wouldn't be the end of the world. We have Nadir Amar. He's 54 overall, 66 to 88 potential. We'll have to see how he goes from there. He's technically gifted, but still those technical stats don't look too good. He is a right mid. Might end up being a good backup for Suso if he can keep that potential on that 88 side of it. But for now, he's just gonna sit in the youth academy. So there we go. We have world class and promising. I did actually update, for those of you who are wondering, I did actually update the shortlist with... Does Fiorentina actually want to loan this guy? This guy is actually really good. With some people of who I would want to go for, just with these two, for backups or in case something bad would happen to any of them. Or Pokemon, what the hell? People that AC Milan are actually going for in real life, which include Matteo Musacchio. I think they've already agreed to a contract on him, Rodriguez, and Kessie, which all are world-class players, or will be. Musacchio, he actually, I think, is a little bit better than that. We also have Stefan De Vrij, who has been linked with Milan in the past. Ricardo Rodriguez, as I said, I think we've already agreed to a contract with the Swiss left back. Benassi, I think I've heard rumors about him, but he's just probably one of the cheaper, high potential center mids, Italian center mids. We have Marco Verratti, who's just there because why the heck not? Frank, Yannick Kessie, they've definitely already agreed to terms with. Angel Correa, and I know that Alejandro Gomez. AC Milan actually offered. They got the transfer accepted from Atalanta, but he did not want to move clubs. And then we have Keita Balde Diao, or whatever combination you want to make of those names. I know definitely AC Milan have been looking at him, and I have been looking at him too. He's a good player. He's got 89 potential in this game. Up next, we have Palermo, a team that we should beat. And geez, we have a ton of emails all of a sudden. International management offer from Denmark. Sorry, Denmark. As much as I would love to do an international management, I'm not going to. None of these people. Okay, take a look at the players leaving on international duty. We have 2 for Italy, which we want to keep up the Italian production here. We have all these guys' final scout reports just because if they're on your short list, you might as well scout them. Now we have Palermo. So, unfortunately, Tolisso is not going to be able to make the impact that some people want him to make. Right now, I think Bertolacci is probably the best person to fill in here. And right now, we have actually quite a few midfielders in here who all have a quality in them that I just really like about them. Montalivo, he brings a leadership role in a substitute, which is good. Locatelli, he's just young. He's always he's not consistent. A lot of people say he only looks for the easy pass, but this guy's got 85 potential. Poli, work rates. He will always give you a decent work. He will always give you a decent day. Pasalic, he is box to box, and he's got pretty decent potential. He's all over the place. And there's Gutierrez, the new guy, the guy who I want to play the most. I want to develop the most into a starting center mid. So we could choose each and every one of them. Who do I think the most realistic person for Milan to play in this spot? Probably Pasalic. So that's who we're going to put in there. So there we go. That's honestly what it came down to. As much as, I would rather do something else, or rather put somebody else in there, I'm going to do what Milan would do. Now, geez, the top of the table is very tight. We need a win away against Palermo. I'm pretty sure the Milan squad can do that. So let's go ahead. Let's see if we can get some results. I'm hoping we can. I think everybody's hoping we can. We're away, and Deulofeu is injured in the 3rd minute. Welp! Injuries galore. Palermo misses a penalty. That's probably Donnarumma actually saving it. Now let's see Pelotti with the goal for Milan at second half. Let's see if we can hold on to this win here and hopefully even add on to it. That'd be really nice as Palermo come back in the 72nd minute, and it's going to end in a 1-1 draw. Not the most favorable result, not the result I was personally looking for, but it's still a point. This pushes us back into the 5th Europa League spot, which is unfortunately, and De La Feu is out for 6 weeks. Well, this is why we got 2 people on loan, ladies and gentlemen. We have Ocampos and De La Feu. But I may end up changing the formation because we have a few injured players. Part of me wants to train Ocampos, but for right now, let's not. Let's train. Let's train Kovacic because he's actually in our starting lineup. I'm just gonna go with the first 3 that they want me to do with him, because I am actually a very big fan of Kovacic, and I'm very surprised that we were actually able to get him from Real Madrid in the very first transfer window, actually. So there we go. Holy crap, look at those passing stats. I don't think he really needs training in that. I'm just gonna say that right now. Like, I think he should have better long passing. He needs to have better long passing. I haven't really seen Kovacic play all too much, but from his stats, he looks like the box-to-box midfielder. And if you have a box-to-box midfielder, he's going to end up getting out wide. He's going to end up maybe taking a winger spot, which if he can get long passes up, that'd be nice, along with crossing. But for right now, we'll just focus on long passing. Let's go ahead and continue on here through November. Hopefully. Oh, this is an international break. And there's the final scouting report. Looks like somebody's returning from injury. As I forgot, Donnarumma's out on international duty. But did we get it? No, Toliso's still injured. Never mind. I don't know who we got back from injury. But at this point, let's train. Who do we train? Let's train Locatelli. It looks like we've already done a little bit of training with him. Probably because I'm pretty high on Locatelli. I think he can definitely become a better player. Although I've seen what people think of him. I've seen why they think that. And after watching a little bit more of him, after I've heard them say that, yeah, I can agree that he does kind of always look for the easy pass. But still, you can't dock him for anything, because if you saw that the very first Juventus game where he scored the winner from a freaking volley outside of the 18-yard box, it was freaking just legendary. So it looks like Zapata is actually returning from injury. I believe he was in our subs, so we'll see. Anyways, looks like we have a few players here. Let's see here. 85, 85, 83, 82, 84, 83. Probably not. This next guy, though. Nicola Guidi. I swear to God, you better have over 90 potential. Thank you. Yes, we'll sign you up right away. You have 90 evaluation. Oh, so. Alessandro Russo has a decent valuation. So does Lorenzo Rinaldi. We are picking up a ton of players. My God, we just got a ton of Italian talent. Great job with our youth program. There we go. We already did one of ours. And it looks like our other youth goal is to do quite a bit in the short term, which I would definitely love to have that in the long term, but in the short term, that's going to be very difficult to do. But first off, let's go ahead and take a look at our youth academy. First off, we have Andrea Moretti, who's a striker. 67 to 91. He looks decent. He's physically strong, and he's actually got decent stats all around. He actually looks pretty dang good, if I do say so myself. He might be getting a trip to the first team very quickly. Next up is Lorenzo Rinaldi. Doesn't have as good of stats all around, but he's physically strong. This guy looks like if he can keep the potential onto the top end of that range, he looks like he could be a very good striker in the future, because physically he looks very good, and technically he doesn't look too good, but as I keep saying, that can all be changed through training. Next up, we have Alessandro Russo, who is defensive minded. He has decent physical stats, but not really too good, and he's got horrible technicals. I expect that potential to go down, unfortunately. Nicola Guidi, 59 potential. He's defensive minded as well. I wish he would have been physically strong, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. This guy looks fantastic. Although, I will say this, his physicals look balanced. In the past, or just in other examples, you can see on this guy, and just see those balance and reaction stats. They're a bit higher, I guess. Whatever. Next, we have those three, which we got 4 players from one scout report. If I could have that every time, I would be very happy. Like, very. Anyways, continue on. I just noticed we're actually very, very well in to the episode. Uruguay wants me to manage their national team. Now, as much as I would love to manage Luis Suarez and Edison Cavani, see, the thing that really intrigues me about Uruguay is those are literally the only 2 players I know from Uruguay. Like, that's it. Now, I'm going to say no because this is solely AC Milan. I can't manage a national team except Italy. I'm just going to make that rule. I can do Italy, only because this is in Italy. You don't look very good. 2 months? Nah, let's not. Things that make you go. He could have been better. He's actually got a decent evaluation, but for now, no. Definitely no with you. But with you, yeah, you look good. You don't look too good. Could be better, probably not though. And you know, all right. All players will be scouted further. There we go. Another guy into the youth academy, and I think we're gonna end off the episode after you just take a very quick look at this guy, because you know, Diego Gonzalez, 53. He's technically gifted, which can be good, but those physical stats are just piss poor. But look at those technical stats. Not balanced at all. Look at that marking stat, but he's a cam. Hopefully he won't be needing to mark anybody anytime soon. But we're going to go ahead and end off today's episode. So there we go. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, make sure to Mach Punch that like button. And of course, subscribe if you guys have not. Mach Punch, just hit the like button, alright? This is not Pokemon. Don't Mach Punch that like button. Just hit it. That's all you need to do. Rabona it. I don't care what the heck you do. Just hit it. Some way. But with that, you guys, I'm going to get up out. This is Kid Raid 5 signing out. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a good day.